Okay, we're doing GCSE Maths and we're looking at indices. Next is changing the base of a number. So it says write this as a power of a single base number. It's up to us to spot that 216 is a power of 6 and 36 is also a power of 6. So I would rewrite this as 6 multiplied by 6 cubed. That's my 216 squared. And then this is going to be 6 squared cubed. So take a look, hopefully you can see what I've done there. I haven't really done too much. I know this equals this because 216 is just 6 cubed and 36 is just 6 squared. Using my rules of indices then, I can tidy this up. This is 6 times 6 to the power of 6. Incidentally, that's a 1 there. Might make our next line a bit easier. And then that's 6 to the power of 6. Next line is 6 to the power of 7. I add the two powers over 6 to the power of 6. Subtract the two powers and I just end up then with 6. Evaluating numbers written in index form. 64 to the power of a half, that means the square root of 64. So we would write 8. This one requires a wee bit of work. I think it's much easier if you write this as a fraction. So we know this is the same as 1 over 100 to the power of minus 2, because 0.01 is 1 over 100. Power of minus means, let me see, the power of minus means it's 1 over, but it already is 1 over. So it's effectively going to be 100 squared, and that then is going to be 10,000. 25 to the power of minus 1.5, that's the same as 25 to the power of minus 3 over 2. The minus means 1 over, the 2 means the square root, and the 3 means you cube it. You can either cube the 25 and then find the square root, or a much easier method is to find the square root and then cube it. So the square root of 25 is 5, then cube gives you 125, and the minus means 1 over. So my answer then is 1 over 125. Part D is similar to the one there on the other page, so we want to change everything then to a power of 6 if we can. This is going to be 6 squared all cubed multiplied by 6 squared. So what have I done? I've changed this 36 for a 6 squared. The square root of 36 we can just write as 6 multiplied by 6 to the power of 4. Next line here, this is 6 to the power of 6 multiplied by 6 to the power of 2, so that's 6 to the power of 8 divided by 6 to the power of 5, because I'm adding my 1 here effectively with the 4, and then that's going to give me 6 cubed. 6 cubed, of course, then is 216. Solving equations using indices, we're looking to try and work out what's going on here. So we want to know what power you put 4 to get 8. Your best plan, as ever, is to change everything to the same base. Look to see what these are powers of, and I can see these are both powers of 2. So my next line is going to be 2 squared, the power of x, equals 2 cubed. Can we see I've just written out the same thing again, only change my 4 for a 2 squared and change my 8 for a 2 cubed. That means then 2 to the power of 2x, because I multiply those two powers, is 2 cubed. And at this stage, if you have 2 to a power equals 2 to the power, those two powers have to be equal. There's no other way we can solve this. So we're going to have 2x equals 3, and that gives me x then is 3 over 2, or 1.5. Similarly then for this one, this is a messier one to try and work out. We have 6 to the power of p, and that equals 1 over 6 to the power of 4 over 3. Do you see what I've done there? The cube root means it goes then to the bottom, and the 4 is the power then to the top. Next line, 6 to the power of p is equal to 6 to the power of minus 4 over 3, because that's what 1 over means. And then these are both 6's, 6 to a certain power, so the two powers must be equal, so p equals minus 4 over 3. Example 3, 25 to the power of y plus 1 equals 5 to the power of y. I can see these are both powers of 5, so I'm going to write this as 5 squared to the power of y plus 1 equals 5 to the power of y. Multiplying out, so the rule for the indices here is our third rule of indices. If you look back a couple of pages, so we multiply the 2 by the y plus 1, so that gives me 5 to the 2y plus 2. Remember, multiplying the 2 all the way through equals 5 to the power of y. This is 5 to a power, this is 5 to a power, so I can put the two powers equal to each other. 2y plus 2 equals y. I would take away y from both sides. That's going to give me y plus 2 equals 0. And then y equals minus 2. Final example then. 1,000 to the power of x equals 10. I mean, I just know the answer to that one anyway, but if we want to work our way out, because I know it's going to be the cube root, so it's going to be a third, but the way we do it is to put everything to the same base. So I'm going to change this to a 10 cubed to the power of x. So you've changed 1,000 there to a 10 cubed, and then that's 10 to the power of 1. That means we have 10 to the 3x equals 10 to the power 1. Again, same as all the other questions, I now have 10 to a power equals 10 to a power, so those powers must be the same. 3x equals 1, and then x equals 1/3.